Mic test. Mic test. Mic test. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Abhi DhiYogi with some songs, ideas, and stories. On today's curation, the patterns of AI, artificial intelligence. In order to understand the artificial intelligence, we'll start with our own intelligence. But before we embark on that journey, maybe a song. ಮುಂಜಾನೆ ಮಂಜಲಿ ಮುಸ್ಸಂಜೆ ತಿಳಿತಂಪಲ್ಲಿ ಓಲುವೆ ನೀಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಗಾಟ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನಾಯದ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಳಿದು ಜನ್ಮಾನದ ಮೌನ ಮುರಿದು ನಿತ್ತುಸಿರನ್ನು ಬಗೆದು ನನ್ನ ತಗದು ನೀಯೊಮ್ಮೆ ಆವಿರಿಸು ನೀ ಬೇಗೆ ಈ ಹರಿಸು ಜನ್ಮಾನದ ಉಲ್ಲಾಸ ನೀ ಕುಂತಲ್ಲೂ ನೀನೆ ನಿಂತಲ್ಲೂ ನೀನೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ನೀನೆ ಸಖಿ ನಾಳೆಗಳು ನೀನೆ ನೆನ್ನೆಗಳು ನೀನೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ನೀನೆ ಸಖಿ ನನ್ನ ನಾಳೆಗಳು ನೀನೆ ನೆನ್ನೆಗಳು ನೀನೆ ಎಂದೆಂದು ನೀನೆ ಸಖಿ Hours just the song talks about the dusk or the dawn, where the light and the night meet, where the day and the night always meet. That point, the dusk, early morning, yeah. On one side of that point is the dusk, where the sun is rising and the night is leaving. And on the other side is the dawn, where I guess the sun is rising, or vice versa. Yeah. Now I got confused. You know what I mean. The other side is where the night is leaving and the sun is rising, and on one side is the sun leaving and the night rising. There's a fine line where both meet. So when we talk about intelligence, in today's day and age, you know, any computer, any program, automated cars, automated this, automated that, is finally a choice between yes and no, positive and negative, good, bad, to do or not to do. It's a choice between two opposites. That's about it. Based on what the robot or the car hears, sees, touches. Based on that, it makes a choice to make a left turn or a right turn. And when we look at our own life, you know, my intelligence, yeah, again, it's full of choices that I made. A yes or a no, to do or not to do, to say or not to say. It's a choice. And sometimes I didn't even make that choice because I just reacted. And this reaction was based on the history of the past choices I had made, which had been stored in my mind, in my intelligence per se, yeah? The pot is hot, so don't touch. So when someone asked me to touch a pot, I looked at it and I'm like, that's hot. I'm not touching that. Let me get something else to hold it. So the choices we make, or we made growing up, embed in our intellect as memory or intelligence, whatever you want to call it. So we make better choices in the opportunities that come. Same as the driving. You know, how does a human drive? Well, we practice, and practice is nothing but getting our patterns in the mind ironed out. So our hands, legs, eyes, everything operate per the need of the hour. So the practice creates patterns that get stored in our mind. And we drive safely on the right side of the road, yeah? In the right direction, stopping for pedestrians, etc. We drive. are patterns of AI, artificial intelligence? It's nothing but this. If this is the condition, then this is the output. Which are the choices we make, right? When we are driving, for example. Now there's a self-driving car. It too has cameras all over, sees different things, whatnot, matches it to the pattern that it has stored. Oh, that's a dog, that's a light post, that's the middle line, those are the curves, that's the speed. It matches it, and accordingly, it accelerates, brakes, and turns. By giving the choice at a very high speed, yeah? That's all it is. Patterns and playing with patterns is what AI is. So, looking at my own choices of positive and negative, yes or no, some that cause success, some that cause failure, right? Looking at those choices that caused a positive or a negative output, I tend to choose the pattern that gets stored as either what to do, what to say, or what not to, or what not to say. So, intelligence is that just a set of patterns that we evaluate per choice that we have to make. How about a song? क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो, जिंदगी अब तुम ही हो। मेरा चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी अब तुम ही हो। तेरा मेरा मुझको दिया मेरा वक्त सभी, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो मेरा चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो, सिर्फ तुम ही हो, सिर्फ तुम ही हो, मैं तो हूँ ही नहीं जब हम एक हो। So the patterns that make our intelligence up, or robots' intelligence up, help us to make the choices as we move forward. This is good, that is bad. So and so is nice, so and so isn't bad. Doing this is all right, doing that is not. If this happens, then do that. If that happens, then do this. Choices that we make based on the patterns stored. And as we look at our life and the choices we make, yes or no, this or that, we come to realize that we are watching from a place of being neutral whenever we are watching our choices, yeah? And what is that place of being neutral? It's being in the here and now. Everything is happening in the here and now. And when we watch the choices and whatever is happening anchored in the here and now, we see a little bit clearly on how these patterns help us make our choices and how to be in the here and now. By focusing on our breath, bringing our attention to the breath, in and out. When we do focus on our breath, we start seeing how these choices are being made based on the patterns that we have stored. And every time we are not anchored in the neutral or in the here and now, in this moment, we tend to become the choice and experience whatever is happening out of that choice. Not that we don't when we are neutral, but usually. Imagine being in a conversation where the other person is screaming at you. If we engage from the perspective of intelligence and patterns of intelligence, we would naturally have a rebuttal, think about this or that, say this or that. oh, he's being mean or she's being mean, let me be mean so that they keep their zipped up reactions of intelligence says so. How can you call me stupid, for example? How can you say that to me? And who is this me? Me, Abhi. A set of patterns, that's made me who I am today. Or we have someone who says hello, yes, hi. How are you? Good to have you on the call or the session. If you have any questions, suggestions, input, concerns, feel free to type them up and I'll try to share a few words that may throw some light if need be. So, as I was saying, patterns that help us make our choices. In a heated conversation, let's say. But imagine what would happen when I'm anchored to the here and now in this moment where I see this person saying so and so and so. Yeah, okay. And my natural reaction may be to give a rebuttal, whatnot. And I watch that as well because I'm in the here and now. Neutral, paying attention to my breath, taking in every word that this person is saying. And as I take it in, I realize, just because that person says so doesn't make me so. And suddenly, I've gone one step deeper than the pattern, or multiple steps below the pattern. If it was just at the level of pattern and me reacting, I would have said something mean and a chain reaction happens. But in this situation, when I'm in the here and now, in this moment, I accept whatever is coming my way. And then realize, hey, you know what? That's fine. The person might be in a bad mood and that's why they said that, or here is a reason why they might have did or said what they said. No problem. What should I say and what should I do? And suddenly we've broken away from the pattern, and what we realize is in the here and now, being in this space where everything is happening, in the here and now, in this moment, the words, the thoughts, the actions that come as a reaction or a response are just filled with love, kindness, humility. When we are anchored in the here and now. So intelligence, yes. A choice of yes and no is great. And making those choices based on our memory is great, from a reaction standpoint. But when we live each moment, in the moment, for the moment, or live in the here and now, with the here and now, and for the here and now, our reactions become responses because we find ourselves not swaying from positive to negative and this or that and blah blah blah, but being in the moment and doing what's best in that moment. And what's best is basically giving what we have, be it words, thoughts, deeds, with love. That's the best that we can do. So intelligence, if we were to term it as patterns, when taken deeper, we realize this inherent ability of sharing what we have with each moment, in each moment, for each moment, enables us to connect to the intelligence that surrounds us. In the trees, in the bees, in the birds, in each one of us. This intelligence, right? That's manifested into whatever it is that we call a part of the universe, or my brother, sister, so and so and so. By being in the here and now, we connect with this intelligence in love, with love, and for love. And in that, we realize that all the patterns, all the intelligence melt away into love, and they come forth from the love, with love. So just being in the here and now will lead a life, or live a life full of love. And love goes deeper than the patterns of AI or intelligence per se. And if there were words to express, they will all fall short one day or the other, because love can only be realized, can only be lived or experienced. In order for one to realize the true essence of what love is, how love is, and why love is. I don't see no more response, but okay. I hope you are enjoying the talk and the music. Let me sing a song. My love, your love, one love, my love, I get, and all that's lost, friend. Everything is meant to merge one day into love. I'm in love. You're in love. All in one love. Thank you. You know, as we start doing what we're doing out of love, with love, in love. And what does that even mean? It means selflessly, giving the best that we have to whatever we are doing, playing the guitar, cooking, cleaning, talking to a friend, family, giving the best in words that we have. With the mind, with our intelligence, yes, of course, politeness, etc. But then you meet a person who says the same thing with love. It's not thought about, It just comes from the heart, as they say. And how do we say what we have to say from the heart? It's by giving the best that we have. Easy to say, yeah? But how do we give the best that we have? Well, when we learn to accept whatever comes our way. So someone is saying something rude to us, if we are able to acknowledge, accept, it helps us to awaken a little bit. Become aware. And respond with words that are kind, humble, filled with love. How? Only if we learn to accept, acknowledge, become aware, and then awaken a little. Because in acceptance, we come to the here and now. And how do we accept? Someone is saying something, someone is being mean, etc. How do we learn to accept that? And acceptance for what? Not the fact that it is yes or no or true or false. It is, this person is saying something, no worries. Let me first accept it rather than being judgmental. And then share something that may help us all. Be it at work, home, wherever. And how can we do that? Acceptance only if we are in the here and now, because everything is happening in the here and now. The thoughts, the words, the deeds. Not in the past, not in the future. Yes, we'll rely on that to make better choices, but as we're going through life, when we're in the here and now, we find ourselves surrounded by love, inside out. So the words, thoughts, and deeds that come out are filled with love. So what's the trick, secret to being in the here and now? Yes, acceptance, yeah, acknowledgement, great. But how to? Bring the attention to the breath. In, out. In and out. Watch it. The breath coming in, going out. And suddenly you have come into this moment in which all of the patterns, everything exists in this moment. And when you exist with this moment, in this moment, for this moment, all you'll respond to, everything that comes your way in this moment, is with love, because there's nothing else other than love in the here and now, from which come all the patterns that we call intelligence, from which comes the ego that makes this intelligence me, mine, from which comes the mind that acts on this intelligence so that we make the best choices. But everything comes from love and goes back into love. And this intelligence, the universal intelligence, is realized and experienced only in the here and now. And how can we do that? Be it in a conversation, be it doing what you're doing. Try to bring your attention to your breath and do what you have to do. And you will realize this universal intelligence that surrounds us, that's a part of us as well. So, the yoga of intelligence is to go deeper than the positive and negative, good and the bad, do's and the don'ts, and do everything with love. Be it studies, be it work, be it hobbies. Yeah? Say everything with love. Think with love. How? By being in the here and now, focused on the breath. And does that mean that I hang out with, let's say, friends who might encourage me to get into bad habits? No. Does it mean I go and do something to harm someone or steal something? No. After we know the differences between good and bad, to live our life with love, giving the best that we have, and learning from whatever happens by accepting whatever comes our way, we realize the intelligence that surrounds us and is within us, the universal intelligence that helps the earth rotate, where the line of dawn or dusk, the opposites meet, the light and the darkness, the day and the night, this line of dusk, the fine line. That fine line maybe is love, from which light emerges as well as darkness merges. Thank you for being here today. I hope to catch you tomorrow, same time, at 12 noon CST, at abhi.dhiyogi.org. That's abhi.dhiyogi.org. You may listen to the past concerts or read the books and ideas at the same link. Thank you again for being here. See you soon.